very early in that game, and maybe the worst thing that could have happened to the Cardinals at that point. They came to that game undefeated, where they really on a roll for the season, go up to a 10-0 lead on a team that they expected to have a lot of problems with. As it turned out, after a 10-point lead, it certainly did carry on to be a very tough game for them. From that point on, things went very poorly for the Cardinals, but had time to reflect, get back into a different frame of mind. And since that time, I think the Cardinals have kind of found themselves in a number of areas. Number one, they've solidified that number 5 starting position. Mike Zimmerman now has been a starter over the last several games, and I think that has really brought the cohesiveness of this basketball team together. Everybody seems to now have found their roles. They're playing together as a unit. The rotation off the bench has really come together, and this team right now is clicking as well as it has all year long.
All righty, we're going to be right back here at the Goodrich High Gymnasium with some more pregame chatter and, of course, the starting lineups in tonight's game right after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal Basketball Report.
Since 1933, Spees Painting and Decorating has been providing quality painting services for all your industrial, commercial, and residential needs. If your job is big or small, get it done efficiently and get it done right the first time. Spees Painting and Decorating, equipped to do the job efficiently.
At Len's Sales and Service, not only do we sell quality cars, trucks, and vans, but we also provide complete auto services. From cleaning to detailing, our body shop can handle all your needs, big or small. Len's Sales, Service, and Leasing, where nice cars, trucks, and vans are sold and serviced.
Not all law firms or lawyers are the same. If you've been injured, you want a lawyer with experience. Donahue, Sharp, and Casper has handled difficult cases throughout the state and argued successfully before state courts at all levels, including the Wisconsin Supreme Court. They've won significant recoveries for their clients, and they've done it from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. You don't have to go to Milwaukee or up the valley to find experienced, accomplished personal injury attorneys.
Look, your stereo can't juggle or roll over, but hook it up to this special Music Choice tuner and your stereo can play dead. Kenny G. Even En Vogue. Because Music Choice is the non-stop 30-station music service that comes from your cable company. Totally commercial-free in CD quality sound. So go fetch Music Choice. Good boy. Get wired. Have fun with Music Choice. Cable for your stereo.
Hot 1, hot 2, hot, hey. Oh.
The Sports Spine and Work Center of St. Agnes Hospital. About the only thing we can't fix is a bruised ego.
Mine!
The Sports Spine and Work Center of St. Agnes Hospital.
Yours!
About the only thing we can't fix is a bruised ego.
Mike, the Fond du Lac Cardinals, or I should say the Kimberly Papermakers, received a real low blow this past week in practice. Their leading scorer, Jason Diaz, turned an ankle on Monday. He will not play here tonight. And certainly a real low blow for John Myron. You wondered why he was in such a bad mood when you were talking to him a little bit earlier, and that certainly had an awful lot to do with it, I'm sure.
Well, Dave, it's a big loss. This young man, Diaz, Jason Diaz, a 6'6" senior, has really done an outstanding job for the Papermakers all season long. Comes into the game averaging in the area of about 18, 19 points a game. A very good jumper. A gentleman that can take the ball both inside and out. You don't find that from a 6'6" guy very often. I saw him out here prior to the game shooting around, prior to the JV game actually, and burying three-pointer after three-pointer from without being able to really jump off that left ankle. He will be unavailable, a big loss, and I'm sure the Papermakers probably looking a little bit down the line too. Of course, they want this game for an outright conference championship, but the tournament play is right around the corner also, so they have to protect with that too.
And I'm not so sure, right from the word go, that we will not see him tonight. I really kind of question that John Myron will not put him on the court. I know that he's looking towards tournament play. The fact of the matter is, of course, that they do have a share of the conference championship wrapped up, so they really don't have to win this game. At the same time, you'd hate to go into tournament play next Tuesday night going in with a loss.
Well, certainly that would be the case, but watching Diaz warm up before the game, Dave, he is very gimpy. That left ankle, he was putting very little pressure on it, taking pretty much set shots as opposed to any type of jump shot where he would come down on that ankle. As you see right there, incidentally, JV final, an exciting, thrilling game here. The Fond du Lac Cardinal JV's getting a shot at the buzzer to win 41-40 over the Kimberly Papermakers, and that a very big win for the Fond du Lac JVs to close out the season.
All righty, back here at the Goodrich High School Gymnasium once again right after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal Basketball Report.
Family does. The problem is there's 4 of us and only one TV. So anyway, last week we all wanted to watch TV all at the same time. It was my mom and my dad and my sister and me facing off. 1 TV, 1 remote, and 1 chance. I made my move and bang! I switched on USA. And you know what? Everyone was happy.
USA, the remote stops here.
The largest selection of minivans or full-size vans and conversions in the Fond du Lac area is at Service Motors and Alexander Motors. At Service Motors, you will find a wide selection of full-size vans and conversions, spacious Ford Aerostars, and luxurious Ford Windstars. Alexander Motors lets you choose from the comfortable Plymouth Voyager, the sensational Mercury Villager, or the Chrysler Town & Country. Find your next van or minivan at one convenient location. Service Motors and Alexander Motors, Scott and Main Streets, Fond du Lac.
In every community, some things never change. They stand the test of time. Despite the constant pressures from the outside, they remain stable, unwavering as time marches on. At National Exchange Bank, we recognize the strengths of our community. One of our objectives is to help maintain this quality of life. National Exchange Bank, locally owned and independent, standing the test of time. The Quality Bank, member FDIC.
Whether it's Dean's Dodge in Fond du Lac or Dean's Chevrolet Geo Buick in Waupun, when you visit us, expect to be treated like no other auto dealer will treat you. Our sales teams and our office staff all understand how important your auto purchase is to you. So if you're buying used or new, you can expect the best service before, during, and after the sale.
You don't have to be the biggest dealer to get the best service. Come to Dean's. We're the little dealer that cares about you.
Dean's Dodge, Highways 41 and 151 Fond du Lac, and Dean's Chevrolet Geo Buick on Fond du Lac Street in Waupun.
Welcome once again back to Goodrich High, just moments away from the opening tip-off here.
Mike, we really haven't talked that much about the Fond du Lac Cardinals. We've talked an awful lot about the Kimberly Papermakers. The Fond du Lac Cardinals, probably a team on a mission, and certainly one thing that came out of that loss, I think that Drew and Derek Diener have really become much better basketball players since that time. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll pause for the playing and singing of our national anthem. Quartet, Mike. Maybe you were not with me that night. They did that at the hockey game. It really wowed him here a couple of weeks back.
That'll get this crowd off and running a little bit.
Very, very fine job by those two young gentlemen. For whatever reason, we saw a little bit tainted. I'd take a quick look at the Fox Valley Association standings. Of course, Kimberly alone on top right now, 15-1. Cardinals at 14-1. Those are the two big leaders. Fond du Lac comes in here ranked number 3 in the state according to the Associated Press. Kimberly ranked number 1 in Division 2. The Fond du Lac Cardinals, Mike, I'd look for both Derek and Drew Diener to have big games out here tonight. Derek Diener, in my opinion, really has come on as the point guard of this basketball team. And, of course, without Jason Diaz in there, wow, Joe Harmson is not going to have a whole heck of a lot to contend with. Let's take it over across the way right now. And Nutty Needry with tonight's starting lineup.
Cheerleading and basketball teams. We take this opportunity to say thank you to them for their contributions to the basketball team this season and in past seasons. First, the senior members of the cheerleading squad. Chandra Malay. And Nicole Belden. Now the senior members of the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Number 3, Jeff Simon. Number 5, Chip Gildenbach. Number 12, Brad Bester. Number 24, Scott Vanderberg. Number 25, Travis Ernst. Number 32, Aaron Chase. Number 33, Matt Rupert. Number 34, Eric Weisenen. And number 00, Joe Hudson. Now the lineup for tonight's game. First for the Kimberly Papermakers. Currently ranked number 1 in Division 2, number 2 overall. Non-starters. Number 3, Sean Lilly. Number 11, Jamie Van Gampo. Number 12, Aaron Gast. Number 15, Nathan Gast. Number 22, Brian Van Oss. Number 24, Chad Hepke. Number 32, Keith Warner. Number 44, Dave DeGuy. Number 3, Andy Shanky. Number 34, Ryan Nicoden. Unable to play tonight, Todd Graverson and Jason Diaz. Now the non-starters for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Currently ranked number 3 in Division 1. Number 5, Chip Gildenbach. Number 10, Ryan Rothberg. Number 13, Drew Diener. Number 20, Derek Diener. 21, Greg Feige. Number 24, Scott Vanderberg. Number 32, Aaron Chase. Number 33, Matt Rupert. Number 34, Eric Weisenen. And number 44, Kyle Last. Now tonight's starter, first for Kimberly, coached by John Myron. Number 4, Joe DuPont. Number 23, Aaron Bukowski. Number 33, Rick Bergheis. Number 42, Andy Ferenkrug. And number 50, Jason Fritz. Now the starters at Fire, coached by Dick Dieter. Number 3, Jeff Simon. Number 4, Mike Zimmerman. Number 12, Brad Besker. Number 25, Travis Ernst. And number 00, Joe Hudson.
Well, there you have the starting lineups for this evening's game, and a lengthy one it was at that, as a matter of fact. And Mike, the long-awaited contest here, been long-awaited actually since the beginning of the year, certainly since back on Friday the 13th in January that we have awaited this contest and the rematch.
Well, you certainly could have not diagrammed it any better, Dave, as far as the scheduling worked out. The last game of the season,
Isn't that something else?
It worked out perfectly. Whoever the schedule makers were must be getting rewarded for this effort.
And as a matter of fact, probably the premier game in the state of Wisconsin here today. Andy Ferenkrug, who replaces Jason Diaz, will go in on the center jump here along with High Slamma Jamma Harmson for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Cards moving from left to right on your television screen as the basketball is brought up across the timeline. Ernst round to the right side. As it is Jeff Simon there, bring it back out to Zimmy. Sundance down low, got it down underneath here to Slamma Jamma, laid it down. Harmson.
Nice position inside by Harmson, gets the position down low. The Cardinals, as of late, have been very adept to get off and running on some big leads early in games. Quick starting team.
And certainly don't expect to see the Cardinals pressure Kimberly at all. They'll pressure from half court, but now full court. And off on the baseline, shot there by Bukowski would not go down. Rebound, and they'll bring it back up. Travis Ernst here, yo-yos the dribble across the timeline. Round to the right side, here's Jeff Simon now with the basketball. Simon brings it out, here's Bester, might have gotten away with a travel there. Right side is Simon, Zimmerman hole high, here's Travis. Swing between the two rings, Simon getting the let go on the three, and it's gone! Jeff Simon with a three, and Fond du Lac has a, do they call it a three or no? I think they only called it a two, Mike. Yep, they only gave him a two. So
I thought he had his split feet behind the line.
I sure did too.
Very similar start to what we saw Tuesday night. Harmson in that particular game got the first 8 points, and then Simon hit a tray right shortly thereafter.
Now here's their next leading scorer. Aaron Bukowski comes down left side sidewalk to Burgeis. Burgeis swinging around the horn. Jason Fritz hole high once again. Coming in the lane is Ferenkrug. Got away with one there. Whistle, stoppage of play, blocking foul is going to be charged to Travis Ernst. So Travis will pick up his first personal foul. That's the first team foul.
One player, Dave, I'd like to focus in on a little bit right early is Andy Ferenkrug. As we recall, as the Cardinals the first time around went up very early in that game, Ferenkrug entered the game and seemed to change the momentum in favor of the Papermakers.
Boy, he certainly did, didn't he? And the shot by Jason Fritz out hole high would not go down. Rebound away to High Slamma Jamma. Back up court comes Travis Ernst. Out of the right side, sidewalk. Here's Bester. Gets a pick down low, takes the ball to the hole. Running one header's gone.
Cardinals a perfect 3 for 3 from the floor early in tonight's game.
And they lead this basketball game at 6-0. And back across the timeline, here comes Burgeis. Left side sidewalk, trail away there is gone by Joe DuPont. So Kimberly up with their first score of the night, makes it 6-3, Fond du Lac. And Travis Ernst will walk it across the timeline. Travis around to the right side. Bester hangs his man in the air on the tray. Coming down the lane is Travis, and they'll call him for the travel.
Ernst came down and looked to be looking to the basket for rebound position, and Bester hit him out of stride right there. A good pass by Best, but Travis really not alert for the ball right at that time.
And the Papermakers inbounding their own backcourt. Round to the right side, here's Jason Fritz. Bring it back out, there's Ferenkrug out hole high. Swings it left side for Joe DuPont. Fakes left, comes back to the right. Zimmy got a piece of that one. Out of bounds.
Oh, they're going to say off.
Well, you think he airballed that, or was he just that intimidated by Mike Zimmerman?
It certainly looked as Zimmy must have got a piece of it, Dave. That ball came off flat from the start. But we'll take it and go down.
6-3 score. Fond du Lac leads by 3. Travis in the lane. Lean-in shot, no. Foul is going to be called on Joe DuPont. Joe DuPont here with his first personal.
Another player we've been talking about for the Cardinals that has come on so strong this season, that's Travis Ernst, the guy that has just been, in my mind, outstanding. He has controlled the tempo for this team, has known when to take the ball in, when to penetrate, when to kick it out, has really done a good job, as well as on the defensive end.
Mike Zimmerman on the left side sidewalk, swing it back around the horn. Here's Zimmy out hole high. Left side again comes for Jeff Simon. Right side sidewalk, Bester loops it down here for High Harpson. He got caught in the air.
But Joe got that pass in the baseline a little bit behind the bucket, really had no chance.
Underneath Ferencrug, blocked by Harpson, rebound, tapped into the hands of Travis Ernst. And back up court, quickly, right side, Bester, Twega! Brad Bester, and it's 9-3 Fond du Lac. Well, the Cardinals have been noted for quick starts throughout this entire season, but then Mike have really kind of laid low in the second quarter. Left side sidewalk here, and Bukowski pulls up with a 13-footer there, and it's good. 9-5, back to within 4 again, the Kimberly Papermakers, and Travis across the timeline.
As we mentioned off the top, the Papermakers rated number 1 in Division 2, but number 2 overall in the state of Wisconsin.
That's correct. Not according to the Milwaukee Journal. Down to High Harpson, offensive foul. Joe DuPont gets an Academy Award for that one. Could have gone either way.
Well,
you know, I'll say this much. We have talked all season long, Mike, about allowing the vertical plane, and DuPont had the vertical plane.
Well, DuPont did all he could, Dave. He's not going to block that shot, so why go up and try to intimidate? You might just as well work your position. He did that, got the call.
Burgeis, free throw line, leaves it out now for Fritz. And Jason Fritz round to the right side, shot there by Burgeis. The rebound up over the top of Harpson, but pops into the hands of Brad Bester. Brings it quickly up into the forecourt. 9-5 basketball game, 3:30 to go, first quarter. Travis Ernst on the left side sidewalk, back out to Zimmerman. Here's Travis again. Travis going to take it down to the hole, and he got caught into the bucket. And the player from Ferencrug came in from out of bounds and grabbed the rebound, and that's a no-no, and Fond du Lac's going to get it back.
Yeah, good call there. Ferencrug all the way around that came in.
So, let's see, a couple of substitutions. And Eric Wisen is in, Derek Diener is in, Drew Diener is in, Mike Zimmerman, Jeff Simon, and Travis Ernst will all take a break. They're also into the basketball game now, is Dave DeGoy. And there was one other that came in here. Mike, and I missed it, Chad Hedke. Chad Hedke also into the basketball game. And a 5-second call on the Cardinals, oh my.
Third turnover here early in the game for the Fondy Cardinals. This rotation, the substitutions for the Cardinals, right on schedule. This is about the norm. You get these 3 guys in off the Pines early in the game.
Actually, they're in a little late. It's usually right about at the midway point of the quarter. Came in a little late here today. Joe DuPont, left side sidewalk. Bukowski, honeycomb one out. Rebound away to High Harpson. Up court they come. Drew Diener, he's going to pull up, trail away. They're good! Gave him 2. Drew Diener, his first bucket of the game, 11-5, the Fond du Lac Cardinals. There's a young man who has really defined his role on this basketball team.
Coming off an outstanding game here on Tuesday night.
And the foul here is going to be on Brad Bester. Brad Bester bumping and banging Hedke. Bester with his first personal, the 3rd team there on the Fond du Lac Cardinals.
Bester pleading his case. That's going to go absolutely nowhere.
Common foul, and Kimberly will inbound the basketball. So they pop it out high here. Free throw line extended jumper there by DeGoy would not go down.
Cardinals
cleared by Drew Diener.
Excuse me, David. Cardinals dominating the boards thus far at 6-2.
Off of the baseline, here's Drew, got caught underneath, and crotches the basketball, gets his own rebound, blocked out by DeGoy, tapped into the hands of Bukowski, had it stripped free, now throws it out ahead, running one-hander is good by Chad Hedke.
Well, you see some athleticism from the Papermakers, and they certainly have an awful lot of that. 2 of the more athletic teams around the area, for sure, in this game.
And around to the right side is Drew Diener here with the badly traveled. 4th turnover here of the quarter. And if there was one thing that really buried the Cardinals in the game up at Kimberly, it was TOs.
Kimberly with but 1 turnover here in the first frame.
Yeah, they won't make many mistakes, Mike. They take very good care of the basketball. And I mean from top to bottom as far as players.
They get Weisman with a bump and bang.
Yep.
Early out front of the shot.
First personal on Eric, the 4th team foul.
Papermakers will inbound the ball underneath their own basket. Aaron Bukowski with the honors. Oh, travel underneath. Yes, indeed. Hedke gets the inbound pass, but shuffles the feet trying to get the shot off.
And let's see, Travis Ernst back in, Mike Zimmerman back in. Wiseman and Drew Diener come out. So Derek remains in there, and a little later on here this evening, you can catch the replay of the Springs Manny Lutheran game. That'll be on Channel 8 tonight yet at 10:30. We'll also be replaying this game on Channel 7 at 10:30. Brad Bester out of the right side. Derek Diener, Travis trailing away, short front of the rim. Rebound battled for between DuPont and Bukowski. Got away with a travel call there. And leave it back. Here's Rick Burgeis. All kinds of new people up off the pines here for Kimberly. Coffin corner left side, Bukowski, and he for 2. Aaron Bukowski, his 2nd bucket of the game. 1:14 here in the quarter. Travis Ernst. And across the timeline here is Derek Diener. Derek takes it down left side, sidewalk, give it to Zimmerman. Bester trail away! Back of the rim, Hoop would not have it. Zimmerman tried, rebound off into the hands here of Chad Hedke. Across the timeline, let's see if they work for 1.
About a time left yet.
You're right, Bukowski's going to take the shot, and he pancakes up and put it home.
Papermakers now have hit their last 3 field goal attempts, have worked their way back to an even draw at 11-all.
After it seemed that the Cardinals had control of this game. Bester, Zimmerman, near side. Derek gets a pick down low from Harmson. Pulls up 10 for there. No. Rebound is away to Joe DuPont. They'll call the foul on Mike Zimmerman reaching it. First personal on Zimmy, the 15th foul.
Whereas, as I mentioned, the Papermakers hitting their last 5 field goal attempts. The Cardinals have gone 0 for their last, or Papermakers last 3, I should say. The Cardinals have gone 0 for their last 5 attempts.
And again, the Cardinals will not pressure, and any of those of you who may have been up at Kimberly or saw the replay of that game that we had from Kimberly, the Cardinals just got buried on the press. Not a good thing to go into against the Kimberly Papermakers. You got to play good half-court defense against this team. Let it ride with that. Ball picked up here. They're going to look for one last shot. They've had some new substitutions into the ball game. And bringing it out here is Van Oss. Comes down right side, sidewalk, trail away there. No good. Rebound tapped up. Throw up a hope and a prayer. Hits the backboard from behind. No good, and that is going to be the end of the first quarter of action. And our score after 1 quarter of play is the Fond du Lac Cardinals 11, Kimberly 11. Back after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball report.
Call the print shop. Get fast, courteous service and quality printing for all your business needs. We specialize in multicolor printing. Call 923-4354 or visit our new office at 19 East 3rd Street in Fond du Lac.
Be a part of the hottest in dating trends. Tune in to the Marcus Cable Channel to watch The Dating Network. Call the 800 number today to place your free video personal ad. The Dating Network, 6 times daily, only on the Marcus Cable Channel.
Take a quick look here at the stats for the first quarter of action. The Cardinals shoot 42% on 5 for 12 shooting. Kimberly matches the field goals. They go 5 for 13 for 38%. The boards were a draw at 7-all. Fond du Lac with 4 turnovers, and the Papermakers of Kimberly with 2.
Live from the Gooders High School Gymnasium, I'm Dave Brusson along with Mike Pfeiffer for this Fox Valley Association championship game. Cardinals trying to earn a share of their 2nd straight championship, as a matter of fact. And the running one-hander is down here by Andy Fahrenkrug.
Yeah, he's not a guy you really want to get rolling, as I said. Was definitely a factor in that game up at Kimberly first time around.
Except I don't recall him blowing by anybody like he did right there. He was shooting jump shots in that game. Here's Mike Zimmerman on the left side, sidewalk. Zimmy leaves it back out now. Travis Ernst. Ernst swinging around to the right side is Zimmerman. Bester looping feed down low here to Harmson. Steps inside. No.
Foul
out in front of the shot.
You see the paper makers at this point really starting to extend the pressure out much deeper into the zone. I think you get the ball into Harmson inside. If he would take a look back door at the weak side, there's going to be some openings there because they're coming very quickly with that backside pressure.
Free throw line jumper here by Mike Zimmerman would not go down. Bester tapped once, and then it's tapped out of his hands, and I think we got a break on that one. From my point of view, it looked like Bester tapped it out, but did a pretty good Academy Award job himself there. Bester stepping off a pick from Harmson, now steps around the pick, tries to loop it down to Joe, and it's knocked away and out of bounds by Aaron Bukowski. So the Cardinals will inbound the basketball underneath their own hoop. Looping feed in here to Bester. Throws it out. Look out. Bad pass. And a behind the back throw by DuPont, and he throws it away. DuPont just trying to save it from going OB as well. John Myron up off the pines across the way of actually on the near side to where you are. We are sitting on the opposite side of where we normally would sit. So we kind of have a reverse angle of what we see on the TV screen. Kind of funny to look at, isn't it, Mike? I can't look at the monitor tonight, I'll tell you that much. Here's Harmson, tries for the slam dunk, no foul on Bukowski.
Well, Bukowski being the weak side man coming across, and again, they're doing an outstanding job, paper makers, getting the weak side help. The moment that pass goes into Harmson, they're rotating around very nicely, getting the double up. That's where you want to swing somebody from the weak side, meaning a Cardinal, down low to that baseline and look for the back door.
Harmson will go to the free throw line and will shoot a pair.
That's the first.
I had him in here somewhere. Joe's not the greatest free throw shooter in the world, but he has improved. He is now hit on 48 out of 78 in conference play this year.
Pure on a pair right there.
Knocks a pair down. We'll take that any day. 13-13 basketball game. 6:46 remaining in the second quarter of action. Rick Bergheis has the basketball, comes around to the right side, gives it to Fahrenkrug, and a foul away from the ball.
I believe they're going to get Bester on this. On a push-off down low.
You're right. Brad Bester with his second personal foul, and that will be the 6th team foul. For those of you who don't watch an awful lot of high school basketball, you get 7 down the half before you go to the bonus. All alone out of the coffin corner left side is Fritz. He missed the shot. Rebound tapped into the hands of Travis Ernst. And Travis will bring it back up. Travis Ernst. Yo-yo's the dribble between the two rings. Give it to Zimmerman. Down left side, sidewalk Bester. Here's Travis. Quickly around. Simon, right side. Bang out! That was a tray all the way.
Yep.
16-13 basketball game. Jeff Simon with his second hoop of the game. The first one looked like he had a tray as well, but well, I'm glad to see him do that.
No doubt about it. Jeff is really coming on, playing very well here late in the season.
They're going to call Joe Harmson for the foul. And Dick Diener can't believe it. Joe can't believe it. The only guy who believes it is Andy Fahrenkrug, who was the recipient. That's his second. And it will force. Are they going to bring him out here, Mike?
No, they're going to rope Travis Ernst to come out.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Joe has not been out of the ball game yet.
No.
Here this evening, and here's Matt Rupert up off the pines, and he will come in. And Joe Harmson will come out. You know, you're not going to have as much of a chess match with the substitution thing here tonight as we did up at Kimberly, because Diaz is not here. Diaz is here, but he's not in uniform. He's sitting on the pines in street clothes here tonight. You got those spots, just so we don't forget them. This is the kind of time we could probably put a couple of minutes too late now. Second one by Fahrenkrug, no. Rebound tapped out. DuPont has, but he traveled. As could be expected, it's a very boisterous crowd.
Well, it's packed like a can of sardines in here.
It's only because you got good basketball here, Mike, that affords you these kinds of opportunities.
Yep, an awful lot of communities would die for this.
Yep, here's Zimmerman, steps inside, hits the 17-footer. Zimmy, his first bucket of the game. 18-14 by for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. And back up court comes Rick Burgeis. Burgeis brings it out. Free throw line, swing it off onto the right side, Jason Fritz. Fritz is played here by Bester. Back between the two rings. Andy Ferencroop, jackknife jumper, train away. DuPont is good. He answers.
That was a long train by DuPont. A good 2 or 3 feet behind the tray line.
That's the second one he's hit like that here this evening. Joe DuPont with 6 points in the ball game. Bester turns down the tray. Now give it outside to Derrick. He faked, then reloads. Look out. Almost got his pocket pit. Swings between the two rings. Zimmerman, right side. Give it down to Jeff Simon. Simon played here by Rick Burgeis. Now Burgeis tapped the ball away and out of bounds.
And again, you're seeing the extended defense by the Papermakers. At the start of this game, they were relaxed and laying it back a little bit more, but they have really, as the game goes on, extended it out, putting the heavy pressure on the Cards.
Eric Wiseman will come back in. Matt Rupert will come out. And Brad Bester will do the honors on the inbound speed. 1-point ball game. 18-17 score, 4:43 remaining first quarter of action. Simon, skip pass, near side, Bester trying the way, off the front of the rim, no. Wiseman tries, it's tapped out, Bester has again, takes the ball to the hole, running one-hander, here's good by Bessie. Air Bess. His 7th point of the basketball game, and Fond du Lac leads it at 20-17.
Nice job on the offensive glass for the Cardinals, able to create, get that second chance opportunity.
And Burgeis thought he had Bukowski or Ferencroop breaking on the baseline and throws the ball away. So it goes back here to the Fond du Lac Cardinals, and Derek Diener will bring it up. Well, I just like the way he handles himself on the court. Only a junior, will have him back again next year. Jeff Simon, full high, here's Bester. Derek Diener, give it to Simon. Derek, left side, sidewalk, now gets a pick down low from Wiseman, couldn't use it, pop it back out, Simon, swing it around to Mike Zimmerman.
Cardinals doing a good job of getting everybody involved in the offense, being very patient, that's what you want to do. If nothing else, you're buying some time while Harmson's on the Pines.
At the same time, we're just working the perimeter against a man-to-man. And Kimberly, of course, feeling they're playing great defense.
Here's
Bester, travel the ball. Now that's the thing, Mike. You know, when you're working against a man-to-man, and you're going to work the perimeter, Kimberly's going to be satisfied just to wait until you make a mistake.
But if you be patient with it, you look at that back door, all of a sudden they get a little lackadaisical on the defensive side, and that's when you make that back door cut and you come away with an easy one.
So Rick Burgeis will bring it back up court. And now what do we got?
Officials timeout for, I believe, some moisture on the floor.
Now, while we've got a timeout here, we'll remind you that one of our sponsors here this evening, A&W Drive-In in Fond du Lac, is opening on Wednesday, March the 1st. Stop in and get a bag of burgers for just $3.99. That's A&W out there near the park.
Could have used some of that bag of burgers this afternoon. We're here most of the day.
Yeah.
Once again, an awful lot of thanks to Jeff Gerner from Marcus Cablevision and of course Bob Gill.
With his insistence that somebody figure out how to get this thing on the air, it was an awful lot of credit.
Those two men put an awful lot into this.
There's got to be a way, he said. Right side, sidewalk. You're on Bukowski. Check that. Bukowski with the shot. No, Wiseman with the rebound. 3:18 remain to be played. First half of action. Pom-Pom Gals will be here at halftime. We'll bring you their routine. Bring it out hole high. Eric Wiseman. Right side. Derek Diener. Derek. Played there by Chad Hedke. The Wiseman. He's played by Ferencroop. Leave it for Zimmerman. Zimmerman looks it down to the right side. Wiseman now coming back up high. And swing it off onto the right side. Simon coming off a Zimmerman pick but couldn't use it. Reloaded again. Bester, Zimmerman, Wiseman, near side. A far side to you, I guess. Here's Derek Diener. Foul.
Follow up front.
Reaching foul's going to be called.
Yeah, David, there's when we got the foul out front, but that's kind of what I was talking about, lulling the defense to sleep a little bit. He worked a lot of perimeter, but all of a sudden the defense starts thinking perimeter. You take the ball the back door, take it to the bucket, and right there we would have had a bucket if it wasn't for the foul initially.
And Bester is going to take a timeout. Couldn't get the ball inbounded. We're going to get a timeout taken on the court. 2 minutes, 44 seconds remaining till halftime. Fond du Lac 20, Kimberly 17. The Back after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal Basketball Report.
Join the Baker team and be a first stringer. Try the Baker brand award-winning string cheese. Any way you tear it, it's terrific. In your lunches, on your next trip, as a dietary snack. Our string cheese is great anytime. Find all our top quality Baker cheese at most area stores.
For all your life insurance, disability insurance, and annuities needs, call Bob Bozine of Northwestern Mutual Life at 921-8460, or stop and see him at 131 South Main Street in Fond du Lac.
Dave, just to point out how disciplined of the second quarter of action this game has been for both teams. The Cardinals, only 2:44 left to go in the second quarter, have attempted only 5 field goal attempts. The other side of the court, Papermakers have only attempted 4. Teams disciplined.
Game right now, Mike. Exactly the way you know to play. Eric won't drop. Come on.
Nice job. The man up in the air crosses over. I think it was Ferenkrug with the foul.
Yep, Ferenkrug will get his first personal.
But Weisen had the head and shoulders fake to get him up in the air, and then crosses over, goes to the bucket.
Now Eric Weisen will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. His first trip to the line. And knocks down the first one. So he will get one more. Two of them from Eric Weisen. And Berghuis get 5 points at 22-17. Berghuis pulls up free throw line extended jumper. He glassed it. That's all. Rebound though. Pop. Chad Hedke underneath Ferenkrug. Underlaid the hoop. And the rebound. Weisen. Eric battling. Leaves it in the backcourt now for Derek Diener. He'll bring it up. Eric Diener around to the right side. Zimmerman skip past. Oh, tell you, Simon turned out a wide open try. Now Drew will take it on the way. Back of the rim. No. Derek. Rebound pops out of his hands into Chad Hedke. Rick Berghuis on the far side. Here comes to Chad Hedke. Here's Joe DuPont. Bump bang there by Derek Diener. Nothing called. Ferenkrug now the reach-in foul here on Jeff Simon. Jeff Simon will get his first personal foul. And the Cardinals are over the limit. So Ferenkrug is going to go to the free throw line. Can I move you in a little bit further there? Is that going to help?
And as we mentioned a little bit earlier, right about now or a few moments ago, up on the ledge, the Ledger is tipping off District 2 tournament action against Manitowoc Lutheran. You can catch that game Friday evening at 10:30.
Now Ferenkrug missed the front half of the bonus. And then with a retaliation foul. Ferenkrug with his second personal. So
now we're seeing Papermakers extending it a little bit more as Hedke goes full court against Diener.
Well, they probably want to up-tempo.
Well, certainly, I think that's the thought behind it, Dave.
Zuni leaves it between the two rings for Derek Diener to Simon to Derek Diener. Outside, shot of the way there by Derek would knock it out. Suicide squad up off the lines to come in here. Kimberly for John Wyron. I don't recall him doing that in that game up there.
No, I don't either.
And coming down the lane here with the right-hander, no by Berghuis, and there for the tap is Joe DuPont.
Here it is, the full to be trapping zone 2-2-1.
Yeah, I think he felt that things were just stagnant for his team. Had to change up something. 22-19 basketball game. Under a minute now remaining here in the first half of action. Right side, Drew Diener. Eric Weisen, and he's going to take the tray. Back of the ram, hoop wouldn't have it. Rebound to Joe DuPont.
Well,
and
Dave,
now Kimberly.
Cardinals have attempted their last 3 field goal attempts have all been 3-point shots, and I'm not so sure when you want to be patient, you want to take 3-pointers.
Berghuis, free throw line extended jumper, he hit it. Rick Berghuis, his first bucket of the game. They are back to within 1 again at 22-21. So, and a reach-in foul. Called here on Bukowski. his second personal. And I don't imagine that John Myron real happy about a foul taken in the backcourt at this point in time of the half.
And that will put the Cardinals over the limit.
Yeah, and Derek Diener's going to go to the free throw line and shoot a 1+1. 2 points in the basketball game so far here tonight for him. Up off the Pines now, Keith Warner, Sean Lilly, and back in Dave DeGoy.
24 seconds left here in the first half of action. As you mentioned, Dave, we'll have the Final Act Goodrich Pom-Pom squad at halftime for you.
And Eric Weisnick grabs the miss, pops it out. Simon for three, back of the rim. Hoop wouldn't have. Tipped out into the hands of Sean Lilly. In the basketball to Chad Hedke in the backcourt. He brings it across. They've got a chance to take the lead here into the locker room. Oh my. Right side, Sean Lilly. Comes in the lane, travel with the ball. 5 seconds on the clock. So Fond du Lac will have time to get one shot here. Brad Bester will come in. They'll try and set him up with a tray, I'm sure. Bester. Perky jerk step, pops one up here. No, and that'll be the end of the first half of action. And our score here at halftime is the Fond du Lac Cardinals 22 and the Kimberly Papermakers 21. Mike and I'll be back here at the Cardinal Nest right after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball report. And our halftime today is always brought to you by Michael's Diamond Center. Michael's Diamond Center in the Cobblestone Square, your value-priced independent retail jeweler.
Michael's Diamond Center is a value-priced independent retail jeweler. Michael's provides a wide range of jewelry, has a goldsmith on site, and carries merchandise not typically found at chain stores. Michael's Diamond Center is located at 770 South Main Street in Cobblestone Square.
Once again, welcome back to Goodrich High here at halftime. The Cardinals leading it at 22-21, and right now we'll take it down to the Goodrich Pom-Pom squad down below us for some halftime entertainment. Apparently having a little time getting the music going. We'll recap a little bit of the first half action for you thus far. The Cardinals got off and running early in this game and took an early lead. Only have the Papermakers come running back here in the second half of action, get with the tie the game at 1 point right now, trail it by 1 at 22-21. And here we go with the Fond du Lac Goodrich Pom-Pom squad. And again, maybe not. Big key for the Fond du Lac Cardinals in this game at this point is in the second quarter of action. On 10 field goal attempts, 7 of the 10 were three-pointers and hit but one of those 7 three-point attempts. Trying to go for the gold with the threes. Sometimes you live and die by them. Tonight, thus far, have really not been falling. 1 for 7 in the second quarter of action. They are 0 for, in the game, 2 for 10 overall in three-pointers. Cardinals, as we know, much capable of hitting those three-point shots, have been very successful. And once again, here are the Goodrich Pom-Pom squad. always entertaining and award-winning Fond du Lac Rich Pom Pom squad entertaining us once again at halftime, as they do through the course of the season, do just an outstanding job. Dave and I will be right back, take a look at the first half stats right after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball report.
Michael's Diamond Center is a value-priced, independent retail jeweler. Michael's provides a wide range of jewelry, has a goldsmith on site, and carries merchandise not typically found at chain stores. Michael's Diamond Center is located at 770 South Main Street in Cobblestone Square.
We're back once again at Goodrich High. It's halftime of this key basketball game. The game meaning, of course, conference title. A win for the Kimberly Papermakers, and they win the outright conference championship. Fond du Lac Cardinals can come away with the win. They will share it with the Papermakers. Let's take a look at the stats here for the first half of action. Fond du Lac Cardinals shoot 36% on 8 for 22 shooting. The Papermakers were 9 for 22 for 41%. Cardinals 4 for 5 from the charity stripe for 80%. The Papermakers of Kimberly only getting to the stripe a pair of times, hitting 1 of 2. Rebounds very even, 13 rebounds for Fond du Lac Cardinals, 14 for the Papermakers of Kimberly, and 6 turnovers for each team. We'll take a quick break and be right back with a look at the scoring leaders here in the first half of action. Once again, right after this, on your Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball report.
Let Troy-Bilt and Silica Appliance and TV get you ready for spring with 6 months no-interest financing. 6 months no-interest financing on select Troy-Bilt tractors, Troy-Bilt rear tine tillers, Troy-Bilt shredder grinders, and mulching mowers. Troy-Bilt, with their exclusive 7-year limited warranty, let you get ready for spring with 6 months no-interest financing for a limited time at Silica Appliance and TV.
Silica Appliance and TV, come share the pride, Silica.
If you're a real truck lover, Fond du Lac Bumper Exchange has everything you need, including a wide variety of quality Lund truck accessories. Fond du Lac Bumper Exchange will help your truck get the Lund look of a great 4x4 body or a great street body. Stop at Fond du Lac Bumper Exchange and get a racerback cab fairing, lighted moon visor, cold front grille covers, running mates, and much more. Call Fond du Lac Bumper Exchange at 921-2570. Fond du Lac Bumper Exchange, we are a lot more than bumpers.
Since 1933, Spees Painting and Decorating has been providing quality painting services for all your industrial, commercial, and residential needs. If your job is big or small, get it done efficiently and get it done right the first time. Spees Painting and Decorating, equipped to do the job efficiently.
At Lens Sales and Service, not only do we sell quality cars, trucks, and vans, but we also provide complete auto services. From cleaning to detailing, our body shop can handle all your needs, big or small. Lens Sales, Service, and Leasing, where nice cars, trucks, and vans are sold and serviced.
Once again, back at Goodrich High, and remind you, as always, our halftimes are brought to you by Michael's Diamond Center in the Cobblestone Square of Fond du Lac. Let's take a quick look here at the scoring leaders for the first half of action. Fond du Lac Cardinals are led by Bester with 7 points in the first half. Simon with 5 points on a tray and a 2-point shot. And Harmson, which has obviously been a factor in this game thus far, Dave Preston, has been held to 4 points, getting those early in the game. But again, the defense has been a factor for Kimberly and have done a good job of taking Harmson out of the game. Keep in mind, he did sit out about half of the second quarter of action when he picked up his second foul.
Well, oddly enough, Mike, number one, they've done a good job of fronting him and then getting backside help, denying the pass into Joe Harmson here tonight. You would think that with Jason Diaz gone, that Harmson would have ruled this game. And the Cardinals have shot pretty well, in all reality, from the outside. So, we've done what we needed to do.
And league scores for Kimberly, DuPont with 8 points, and Bukowski chips in with 6.
I wish it'd pop in and stay there.
Well, this game has certainly been as close as we would have expected it to be. The Cardinals by 2 points, or by a point, I should say, as we head into the second half of action. Cardinals lead at 22-21, and with the play-by-play, once again, here is Dave Preston.
And thank you very much, Mike, as the Cardinals inbound the basketball here to start the second half of action, and it's banged free by Burgeis. And Burgeis will work it across the timeline. Burgeis, hole high, going to take it right down the hole, running one-handed, good! Rick Burgeis with his second bucket of the game has 4 points.
And the Papermakers go up 23-22.
Travis Ernst, right, check that Bester, gives it out here to Zimmerman. Here's Bester, right side, sidewalk, takes it down to the baseline, bang out! Brad Bester, his 9th point of the basketball game. Cards take the lead back once again at 24-23.
I suspect we'll see the Cardinals maybe try to go more inside. As we mentioned, in the second quarter of action, attempted 7 3-pointers and were not successful on but 1.
Aaron Bukowski with a tray, no. And DuPont is fouled underneath. Call this one on Travis Ernst. His second personal foul, the first team foul. And on the common foul, Kimberly will inbound the basketball. So,
in the first half, by the way, Papermakers were 2 for 3 from 3-point range.
Here's Bukowski, looping feet down to Farrington. They're going to call a hand check foul there on Brad Bester.
I think that they're saying is that he reached around, the lob pass came over the top of Bester, and they're going to say he reached around and grabbed him to not allow him his entry pass.
That's a herder too, Mike, because that's the 3rd personal there on Brad. Air Best with 3. So Kimberly will inbound, got it into Farrington. Reverse layup is good. He got away from Islamajema. And Travis Ernst will bring it back up. And run into a pick.
Offensive foul? No. No, okay.
No, they couldn't. Bester was the one who got knocked over. Jason Fritz picks up the foul, his first team of the second half. So they come in here to Bester. Air Best. Jeff Simon, hole high, right side sidewalk now to Bester. Give it to Zimmerman, swing it around left side sidewalk is Bester. Got it down here to Harmson and pulls up with a 7-footer off the baseline. No. Rebound into the hands of Joe DuPont, and here come the Kimberly Papermakers. Right side, Rick Burgeis. Post down low to Farrington, to Fritz, back outside Berghaus. He penetrates down the lane, pulls up 10-footer there. No. Harmson with a rebound, jump ball McCall, and it's going to go back to Kimberly. Well, not a good series there defensively. And Kimberly inbounds the basketball, and Farrington has it knocked away and out of bounds by Joe Harmson.
I would say the difference in this game thus far, Dave, has been the defense for Kimberly. I think they've been outstanding against the Cardinals, have really taken away their inside game totally.
Well, Harmson's had his hands full with Farrington, hasn't he? Running one-hander by Bukowski, no. Harmson tapped it out, and a foul here on Mike Zimmerman. Well, we just got frustrated on the rebound end of things that time. Second personal on Zimmy, and the 3rd team foul on the Cardinals. 6 minutes and 1 second remain to be played here in the 3rd quarter of action, and Kimberly again inbounds the basketball. Seems like they've had it forever on this possession.
Well, they've attempted 5 field goals thus far in the 3rd quarter. The Fond du Lac Cardinals with but 2.
And coming down in a backdoor feed. Bukowski shot, no. Zimmerman with a foul, his 3rd. And suddenly the Cardinals have gotten a couple of key people into a little minor foul trouble here. 3 for Zimmerman, 3 for Bester.
The difference, Dave, right now the Papermakers able to work the ball inside, working backdoor and getting a lot of inside cuts, where the Cardinals have not had that ability thus far to consistently get the ball inside.
Well, they've worked the baseline game a lot more as opposed to the outside perimeter. Aaron Bukowski at the free throw line. This is the front half of the 2-shot foul. So Bukowski will get one more. Got that one. Aaron Bukowski, his 7th point of the basketball game. He's the leading scorer remaining on this team, with Jason Diaz on the Pines with a turned ankle. 26-24, Kimberly leads it by 2. Left side, Mike Zimmerman to Bester. Simon around to the right side. Travis Ertz. Sundance going to shoot the tray. Jeff Simon, his 8th point of the basketball game, his second tray of the night. Actually should have 3.
That's exactly what the Cardinals need, though. They've got to be able to extend. If they're going to take that 3, they've got to hit it. Try to take some of the pressure off Harmson.
Bukowski shot it over the top of Zimmerman. Honeycombed it out. Rebound away to Travis Ertz. Well, Zimmy's done a nice job on Aaron Bukowski.
Zimmerman, I think, has done a nice job since he's been inserted in that starting lineup.
Ertz gets a pick out high. Now feeds down low. Harmson overlaid it, but a foul.
There, if you could go back and look at that series again, after Simon hit the 3-pointer last time down court, you see how the court was spreading so much better? There was a lot of room inside, easy to get an entry pass into Harmson, and once you get him that ball in the block, then he's in good shape. But the entry passes have been very tough because we did not shoot the 3-pointer very well in this basketball game thus far. Only 2 for 10 in the first half.
Joe Harmson, 2 for 2, and now 3 for 3 as he knocks down the first of 2 shots that he will get here.
And we certainly know the Cardinals are very capable of knocking down the 3s. You've got Simon, Bester, the pair of Diener brothers, Ernst can do it.
But Joe Harmson up for this one tonight, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He has just 1 field goal in this basketball game, 6 points so far on the night. Rick Burgeis comes to Jason Fritz. Left side, sidewalk, reloaded. Here's Andy Ferencrug swinging around the horn. Fritz slots the ball on the sideline and out of bounds. So the basketball is going to go back here to the Fond du Lac Cardinals, and Kimberly pulls the pressure off. Ferencrug comes out. Back up off of the Pines is Dave DeGoy for Kimberly. And Travis Ernst will work it up. Right side sidewalk, pick out high here from Bester, comes around and leaves it for Zimmerman. 17-foot of the way there, off the further rim, no. Bester taps back into the hands of Mike Zimmerman. Reloaded. Travis Ernst, left side is Zimmy. Looks for Bester, coming around the pick, can't turn down the shot, give it to Zimmerman again. And then tried to come cross court to Simon, and Bukowski going high to snare it, takes it away.
Tried to go for the skip pass, and if he looked to Bester, Bester was wide open for a tray. That was the pass you wanted right there.
Joe DuPont trail away on the right side. No good. Rebound to Mike Zimmerman. 29. Really 29 or 28, Mike? 29. 28, 29, 26. Jeez. Here's Harmson blocked. DuPont will draw the foul. Joe DuPont with his second personal, the third team foul. And Joe Slamma-Jamma Harmson will go back to the line again. He'll shoot a pair. And with summer just around the corner, let Performance Marine get you ready for summer fun with products like Mariner Outboards, Monarch Fishing Boats, Merc Cruiser Stern Drives, and the Mirage Family Sport Boats. That's Performance Marine.
Well, we got Joe on a cruise tonight, 5 for 5 from the charity stripe.
Wow. He's shooting a new style.
As soon as you started talking about man struggling this year.
Well, he is a perfect 6 for 6 here tonight. 31-26. That equals the biggest lead of the game for the Cardinals. And we're going to get a timeout here, taken by Johnny Myron and the Kimberly Papermakers. Timeout on the court. Fond du Lac leads it 31-26. Back after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal Basketball Report.
Isn't for amateurs. Insurance companies employ professional staff whose goal is to settle claims as cheaply as possible. You're at a real disadvantage if you attempt to negotiate a settlement on your own. You should place your trust in an experienced lawyer who knows how to fight for you. The law firm of Donahue, Sharp & Casper has collectively over 50 years of experience in representing injured persons. Take advantage of their free initial consultation in personal injury cases.
Back at the Lowell P. Goodrich Cardinal Nest. And Fond du Lac with a 31-26 lead. I'm Dave Preston along with Mike Pfeiffer for this Fox Valley Association game. Say the Goodrich Media Productions class helping us out with a lot of folks here tonight. Young people that are helping up topside on our camera tonight. Jeremy Pagel, Jenny Hackenmiller, and Bridget Som are courtside with the camera, and Julie Peterson handling electronic graphics on the truck with our technical director Nancy Marco. And A wipe-away foul. They're going to call Jeff Simon on the foul, and I don't really think he did anything to get it. Plain and simple fact was that Rick Bergheis just slipped on the court and went down. But Simon is going to pick up the personal foul, his second.
And all those people from the media class under the direction of Mr. Joe Chiante.
Joe Chiante, yes.
Certainly helps us out throughout the course of the season many a time.
He also loaned us a camera here tonight. We actually have 3 cameras set up, although the third one we don't really use that often, just a couple of special things here and there. There's Rick Bergheis out between the 2 rings with the basketball. Bergheis swing between the 2 rings now. Jason Fritz, jackknife jumper on the way, honeycombed that one out. Mike Zimmerman with the rebound. Challenge in the backcourt by Aaron Bukowski. And they'll leave it now for Travis Ernst with 3:16 to go here in the third quarter of action. The final act Cardinal lead is 5.
Kimberly going 0 for their last 5 field goal attempts.
Zimmerman looping feed down to Slamajamo off the glass cut. Hobson. His 6th point of the quarter, his 10th of the basketball game. Leading scorer for the Cardinals, averaging 20-plus points per game. And Bukowski rings one home. Aaron Bukowski with his 9th. 33-28, still a 5-point lead for the Fond du Lac Cardinals as Travis Ernst back up into the full court. Travis leaves in Coffin corner. More Jeff Simon swinging around the horn, left side sidewalk, got it down low here. And a foul off of the baseline.
Segoy, I believe, is going to get the foul, Dave, pushing Harmson as the entry pass is coming in.
You are right on that. Well, that'll be his first personal, the 4th team foul. The foul out ahead of the shot, however, so Fond du Lac will inbound. Looping feed comes into High Harmson. Swings it on the skip pass to Jeff Simon. Between the 2 rings is Bester. Give it to Zimmerman. Mike Zimmerman, right side sidewalk. Reloads. Here's Bester out between the 2 rings to Travis Ernst. The looping feed down to Harmson. Has to go down low, then hits the shot. What are they going to call? They're going to call the foul on Bergheis. Rick Bergheis with his first personal, the 5th team.
You talk about key points and turning points of a basketball, Dave. One thing I marked in my score chart right here was that 3-pointer that Simon hit some time back. That seems to have really stretched the defense. Although it was 1 shot, their defense has came out, and since that point, Dave, we've been able to get the ball to Harmson. He's hit 4 free throws, and he's hit a bucket in a series of time, enabling the Cardinals to get out to their 5-point lead.
Well, Jason Fritz is back into the basketball game as the Cardinals inbound. Travis Ernst. Here's Zimmerman. Bump bang by Bukowski, nothing called. Out of the baseline they go to Bester, reloaded. Swinging around the horn. Looks it in here, got it to Harmson. Comes back toward to Zimmerman. Double pumping shot, block foul is going to be on Joe DuPont.
That's what I've been looking for all day long. It's been there. I talked about it very early in this game. The moment Harmson gets that ball on a block, one side or the other, the weak side defense is automatically collapsing on him. Therefore, whoever is wide open on the weak side, and that's got to be one of your guys, depending upon who went to cover up, he's the guy that has to break to the bucket. In this case, it was Zimmerman. Did a great job on the weak side, going strong to the basket. And Joel, on the other side, does a good job of finding him wide open.
Now Mike Zimmerman, one of the top free throw shooters on this basketball team. He hits the first, he will get 1 more. On the 2-shot foul, on the way good. Into the lane a little early there.
Yeah, Fritz was in early. I would have to believe had he missed that, you would have got a substitution toss.
And it's a 7-point lead for the Cardinals at 35-28. Bukowski, near side, cut off on the baseline, dumps it in the hole here to DuPont. Shot blocked by Harmson. They're going to call the foul on Joe.
That's going to be his 3rd. Let's see if we don't get him out of the ball game right here to start until the start of the 4th quarter. 1:41 to go in the 3rd.
Coaching staff certainly does not like the call, and Joe DuPont will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. And here's Eric Wiseman back up off the vines and into the ball game. Oddly enough, Mike, I think that's the first substitution here in the 3rd quarter for the Cardinals. So to the free throw line will go Joe DuPont. And while we have the opportunity here, we'll remind you that one of our sponsors bringing you the game here this evening, Hensley Floral Company on the Avenue, the florist that guarantees you satisfaction. That's Hensley Floral Company on Fond du Lac Avenue. Joe DuPont knocks down the first. He will get one more. 1 minute and 41 seconds remaining here in the third quarter of action. And DuPont with his second good.
And here comes the full court pressure once again.
Well, they brought some of the Suicide Squad in, not all of it, just Headkey. And now a timeout taken here by Travis Ernst. Well, didn't want to have to do that right there. 1:34 remain to be played here in the third quarter of action. Timeout on the court. Fondy leads it 35-30.
The Sports Spine and Work Center of St. Agnes Hospital.
2, 3, 4. Oh.
About the only thing we can't fix is a bruised ego.
I'm open. Hey.
The Sports Spine and Work Center of St. Agnes Hospital.
Rebound.
About the only thing we can't fix is a bruised ego.
It's traveling. Well, we got a bit of a moment here. Ticket sales for the boys WIAA regional basketball game with Sheboygan South on Tuesday. That's going to be a 7:30 start on Tuesday evening. Passes will not be honored for the WIAA tournament series. You got to have tickets, okay, folks? Tickets for the basketball game may be purchased at Goodrich High School, room 227, Saturday morning from 9 until 11 a.m. or until sold out on a first-come, first-served basis. And let's see, a limited number of tickets may be available on Tuesday yet. I don't see anything in here about ticket sales on Monday. Oddly enough.
Well, Simon misses the three-pointer, and then on the rebound, Zimmerman picks up the personal foul.
And that's his fourth.
Correct.
Fourth personal here on Mike Zimmerman, and up off the Pines is Derek Diener to come into the basketball game. So Zimmerman will come out.
And going back to that last time I'll take, and I understand that you want to take it because they're probably going to get a violation on the 10-second mark.
Yeah.
But the Cardinals have taken 2 timeouts, both times being unable to get the ball in or unable to advance it. You hope those don't come back to haunt you down the stretch.
Bukowski with the rebound off the missed shot, and he puts it back down. Oh, my. 35-32, they're back to within 3 again. One of those kind of nail-biting things all night long. Derek Diener to Eric Wiseman. Deep in the forecourt, reloaded. Between the 2 rings is Travis Ernst. Right side, Derek, Trey on the way there, would knock it down. Rebound, Joe DuPont. Joe Harmson on the Pines, 3 fouls. Mike Zimmerman has 4. Outside, Trey here by Chad Hedke. No, DuPont rebounds, reloads. So Rick Burgeis. And off of Bukowski and out of bounds, back to Fond du Lac. Well, he tried to give us the Academy Award job, but...
See Coach Dick Diener right there, the red Fondy sweater on.
So, I don't know what the apparent holdup is right here.
They're telling Brad Bester he's got to tuck his shirt in. Yeah, it's a WIA rule this year.
Yeah.
Your shirt's got to be tucked in.
That came in last year already.
Yeah, actually it did, but they just really started enforcing it this year.
Right side, sidewalk, Bester, Travis, round to the left side. Drew Diener, Derek Diener. It is Derek. Here's Derek on the left side, sidewalk. Give it to Bester, hole high. Right side now, Eric Wiseman. Reloaded. Cards looking for 1 here. 14 ticks on the clock. Right side, Derek Diener. Travis Ernst down to 9 to 8. Left side, Bester comes around the pick. Now pops, jackknife jumper short in front of the rim. Tipped by Bester, no. Tipped by Ernst, no. And that'll be the end of the third quarter of action. And our score after 3 quarters of play, the Fond du Lac Cardinals 35, the Kimberly Papermakers 32. Back after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball report.
My whole family does. The problem is there's 4 of us and only 1 TV. So anyway, last week we all wanted to watch TV all at the same time. It was my mom and my dad and my sister and me facing off. 1 TV, 1 remote, and 1 chance. I made my move and bang! The switched on USA. And you know what? Everyone was happy.
USA, the remote stops here.
Welcome back once again here to the Cardinal Nest at LP Goodrich High. You know, that makes a difference, too. Those.
Whoa. Let's take a quick look here at the stats for the third quarter of action. The Cardinals shooting going 33% on 3 for 9 shooting. The Papermakers not much better, 36%, 4 for. They split a total of 14 rebounds, 2 turnovers for the Cardinals, and 3 for the Papermakers. Cardinals have a 3-point 35-32 lead as we head into the fourth quarter of action. 8 minutes left in regulation play. To take you the rest of the way, once again, here is Dave Preston.
Well, thank you very much, Mike Pfeiffer, and we're certainly happy to be with you. Those of you who are watching it at home or wherever you are, on live for the first time here on Marcus Cable and on Channel 7. Airbuster comes for Mike Zimmerman. Ball tapped free, but Simon there to rescue it. Right side, Bester, skip pass, comes across to Travis Ernst. They came back with Zimmerman here in the fourth quarter. He's playing with 4, and now you would have to think that he goes until he fouls out, of course. Swing between the 2 rings, Bester to Zimmerman to the right side, sidewalk. Looping feed down here, high, hoops it, he'll lay it in. High, slam it, Zemma.
Good pass by Zimmerman. He lobs it over the top just enough to give him the lead to the basket. Weak side defense was there, but that time got there just a tad bit late.
Down low to the post, Bukowski double pumping, shot won't go, foul on Travis Ernst.
Yeah, Travis didn't like the call, but got some contact on the lower body. He was clean at the top, but the body got the contact.
And Aaron Bukowski is going to go to the free throw line. He is 1 out of 2 thus far. Reminder that we'll have basketball action coming up on Channel 8. Just about a little bit after this one's over with here this evening. At 10:30 on Channel 8, we'll have the St. Mary Springs Ledgers against Manitowoc Lutheran in the WISA District 2 semifinals. And our good friends Tim King and Craig Hoffman are up there to call the play-by-play on that one, as well as Dawn Gardine, who is very disappointed to not be here this evening. I'm probably in for a real tongue lashing from her, I'm sure. But thanks, Dawn. We really needed you up there. Bukowski knocks down a pair. It's 37-34. Back to within 3 again, the Kimberly Papermakers. Tomorrow afternoon, high school hockey action. Fond du Lac Cardinals against, surprise, surprise, Brookfield. Wapane coming to town, folks. Near side is Jason Fritz off the steal. DuPont airballed it. Rebound came away to Parent Group, and he's tied up by Mike Zimmerman.
Boy, John Myron has had a technical foul, I believe.
Did he get one?
Yep. And he's not at all happy with that. And quite frankly, Dave, I can understand. That was not a very good call. Cardinals got away with one right there.
You think Zimmerman had a foul?
I think over the backside.
Okay. Well, we're going to go to the other end of the court. John Myron gets a tee. And Brad Bester will go to the free throw line and shoot the 2-shot technical. First trip to the line tonight. Bester, the leading free throw shooter on this basketball team, gets the first. He will get one more. Cardinals have shot very well from the line tonight. They've missed only 1 as a team. 38-34. Bester got. Well, there's one pumped up young man.
Well,
Air Best.
That's the norm for Best. You never see him anything less than excited.
Travis Ernst will come out. Derek Diener is back into the basketball game. Drew has spent much of the night here tonight on the Pines. And I tell you, Mike, Kimberly has really kind of had his number. He had some turnover problems against the Papermakers up there in Kimberly. And I don't know if John Myron noticed something in scouting reports about him, or about the way he moves or whatever.
Well, only a freshman, of course.
Yeah, that's right.
His day will definitely come. Look.
And not the too distant future. As Bergheis with a steal, blocked by Bester. Oh, what a block by Airbus.
Well, that shows you young men and women playing basketball. Never give up on a breakaway.
Left side, Mike Zimmerman with the basketball. Boy, mark that one down. That might be a major turning point. Harpson overlaid with a foul. And Harpson up to high 5. Bester. The foul is on Rick Bergheis.
That was a
his
beauty.
4th personal.
Yeah, that was a dandy.
And John Myron wants timeout. This crowd on its feet. here at the Cardinal nest. 6:26 remaining in this basketball game. Time on the court. Fond du Lac leads it, 39-34.
Full-size vans and conversions in the Fond du Lac area is at Service Motors and Alexander Motors. At Service Motors, you will find a wide selection of full-size vans and conversions, spacious Ford Aerostars, and luxurious Ford Windstars. Alexander Motors lets you choose from the comfortable Plymouth Voyager, the sensational Mercury Villager, or the Chrysler Town & Country. Find your next van or minivan at one convenient location. Service Motors and Alexander Motors, Scott and Main Streets, Fond du Lac.
Back at the Goodrich High Gymnasium. And, boy, Mike, I tell you, it's not real often that a great... There's Waldo.
Waldo?
Yeah.
No longer
Bubba.
the Farina man.
Not real often, Mike, that you will see a defensive play bring a crowd to its feet the way that one by Air Best just did.
Well, again, it just shows you have a turnover. You don't just sit back and pout about it. You get back, you run. Best didn't create the turnover, but he was right back there to pick up the loose change and challenge that shot and come away with the block.
Harmson to the free throw line to shoot, too. I'm not going to tell you what he is from the line, folks. A&W Drive-In in Fond du Lac is opening Wednesday, March the 1st. About time. Stop in and get a big bag of burgers for just $3.99. High Slamma Jamma. Get this, folks. 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Wow. What a job by High Harmson here tonight. You think he doesn't want this ball game?
Joe, throughout his career, has always played the best in key games.
Backdoor side, Ferenkrug overlaid and intimidated by Joe Harmson. Rebound away to Mike Zimmerman. Leaving for Derek Diener in the backcourt. He'll work it across the timeline on Jason Fritz.
Probably a very crucial few moments coming up here for the Papermakers. They have yet to hit a field goal in the fourth.
Bester off on the baseline with a running one-hander. Air Best, 43-34, 9-point lead for Fond du Lac. Coaching staff on the far side, urging the crowd to its feet. Right side, Ferenkrug. Actually, it's on the near side. I know you. Yeah. Ferenkrug off of the foot of Joe Harmson and out of bounds. Well, again, thanks so much. We really owe an awful lot to Bob Gill and the community of Fond du Lac. I think owes an awful lot to Bob Gill, the general manager at Marcus Cable, who insisted that it could be done, that we could get this game on live. And the technical crew under the direction of Jeff Gerner did. Outside, Jackknife J won't drop. Rebound away to High Slamma Jamma. Leave it in the backcourt, and here's Derek Diener. Tricky dribble the thing as he comes up through the Cyclops. Round to the left side, uses a pick from Bester. Fritz still all over him and lost the handle on the ball, but dishes to Bester anyway. Left side, Mike Zimmerman, 43-34, knocked away and out of bounds.
Papermakers 0 for 4 here in the crucial fourth quarter of action from the field. The Cardinals have only attempted 2 shots from the field. However, they have hit both of them.
Gotta look there, Dick. You were just on. Did you know that? Oh, okay. So, Derek Diener. Left side, sidewalk. Bester got it down low here to Harmson. Pops it back out. Derek, Jackknife J on the way. Would not go down. Tapped by Bester. No, they'll call him over the back. Air Bass with his 4th personal. I tell you, Mike, he has just been flying in this ball game.
And he's got his shirt back on. He better get that tucked in again.
And off to the free throw line will go Andy Ferenkrug. 1 out of 2 thus far in the basketball game. Summer's just around the corner. Let Performance Marine get you ready for summer fun with products like Mariner Outboards, Monarch Fishing Boats, Merc Cruiser Stern Drives, and Mirage Family Sport Boats. Performance Marine.
Yes, summer is around the corner. This is about the start of March Madness.
With an early edition in February. Tomorrow afternoon, high school hockey action. Sectional championship game, Fond du Lac and Brookfield. For the right to go to the state hockey tournament.
This is a February frenzy right now.
I love it. Every minute of it. My favorite time of the year. Yours too, I know.
Yes, indeed.
Yep. Pressure applied in the backcourt. Ferencrug with a pair there. They're back to within 7 again at 43-36. 4:39 in regulation play. Derek Diener, he blows by Hetke, then gets knocked down. Nothing called. Bester retrieves the ball.
Nice composure by Diener, able to get the ball to an open man as he was falling to the court.
Cardinals with 2 players on the court right now, playing with 4 personal fouls. Derek Diener, left side is Mike Zimmerman. Of course, Kimberly has played this entire game without Jason Diaz.
You have to feel for that young man sitting the sidelines. A heck of an athlete. He just sits and watches.
Looping feed. Harmson off of the baseline. Tips Zimmerman. No. Ferencrug clears it. 4 minutes remaining, and then a foul in the backcourt called on Travis Ernst. Well, Travis, and that's his 4th. Cardinals now, Mike, with a lot of people in foul trouble here.
Yeah, and there's an awful lot of game left. A 4:03 left in this contest. The Cardinals with a 7-point edge, but that's an eternity, especially against a team as explosive as this Kimberly club.
Zimmerman with 4, Bester with 4, Travis Ernst with 4, Joe Harmson with 3. Ferencrug will shoot 2, and he got the first. Henze Floral Company on the avenue, the florist that guarantees your satisfaction. That's the Henze Floral Company on Fond du Lac Avenue. Andy Ferencrug has hit on his last 3 in a row from the free throw line. He'll get another one here. Missed it off the front of the rim. Derek Diener with the rebound. 43-37. Jeff Simon up to tell Derek to take some time here. Make it a big possession. Left side is Zimmerman here with the basketball. Got to get rid of it. Close to a closely guarded 5. Derek swings between the 2 rings for Travis Ernst. Bester to Travis. Left side, Derek Diener. Derek Diener, as he takes Hetke down the baseline, reloads again. Travis Ernst, 3:34 remaining, regulation play. Up high post, Zimmerman splits it off to Bester. Jackknife jumper block. Harmson can't find the handle on it. Rebound away to Rick Bergheim. They come on the run. Right side, Hetke fouled by Derek Diener, and nothing called on it. And the shot by Hetke goes down.
That's their first field goal here up the 4th quarter. Almost, 5 minutes into it.
43-39, back to within 4. Bester takes it to the free throw line. Swing it back out. Derek Diener, left side Zimmerman. Looping feed down low to high Harmson. And they reach in foul, I believe, on Bergheis. Yep.
Once again, Bergheis matched up.
No, that was, they called this on Ferencrug.
Okay.
Apparently. One thing about sitting on this side, you can't see the official hand signals.
Well, Harmson, who has been perfecto at the charity stripe tonight, is back there once again. Ferencrug incidentally with his 4th personal foul.
Right. I'm glad you said that.
What was that?
Nothing. I'm not saying nothing. I'm amazed. Joe Harmson has found a niche at the free throw line here tonight.
Well, the cream rises to the top.
Yeah, in big games, you betcha. 3:01 remaining. Good. Wow. Joe Harmson, 10 for 10 from the free throw line.
And they've been pure also. He hasn't rattled them around.
45-39. What he had for breakfast this morning. Right side, Joe DuPont. Derek Diener comes down here to Hetke, takes the baseline, reverse layup is good. That's not turning him loose now. Tipped away by Bukowski and out of bounds.
The Papermakers got away with a pick on the baseline that was an illegal pick. Just wiped somebody out. Didn't catch who it was, but almost threw him completely out of the play. No whistle.
Cardinals here trying to win a share of the Fox Valley Association Championship. Kimberly has already locked up at least a share. They're undefeated. Finally get it in here to Mike Zimmerman. Travis Ernst across the timeline. 2:30 remaining in regulation play. Left side, Jeff Simon here with the basketball. Brings it back out, swing it between the 2 rings. Travis Ernst, wipe away foul. Call it on DuPont.
Yep. Trying to work his way around Harmson to get in front of him, kind of brushed him from the backside. For DuPont, his 3rd personal foul.
And guess who's going back to the free throw line?
Right now we have him shooting our technicals if we get any.
I'd say. Brad Bester getting the T-shirt off that he normally wears underneath his jersey on the bench. Joe Harmson, 11 out of 11.
You know, you feel the Cardinals are playing pretty well right now, but the Papermakers just hanging around. They're still right there.
Well, he missed one.
You had to say it.
11, I didn't say anything. I said he was 11 for 11. I didn't say it was anything for 12. Oh. Get out of that, huh? And look out, got it down into Bukowski. He's fouled. Traveled, yes!
Well, that was an intimidation factor by Harmson. He felt Joel coming on the backside trying to block the shot.
Air Bass back into the basketball game. Pressure will be applied full boat. 5-point lead for the Cardinals, 46-41. Bester into Derek Diener. They get the double up on him. He dribbles through pressure. Lead feet across the timeline. Travis Hurts running one in. Travis Hurts! And the crowd on their feet. It's 48-41. Time out, Kimberly! 1:54 remaining in this basketball game. Fond du Lac leads it 48-41. Back after this.
In every community, some things never change. They stand the test of time. Despite the constant pressures from the outside, they remain stable, unwavering as time marches on. At National Exchange Bank, we recognize the strengths of our community. One of our objectives is to help maintain this quality of life. National Exchange Bank, locally owned and independent, standing the test of time. The Quality Bank, member FDIC.
.54 left on the clock. The Cardinals own a 7-point lead at 48-41.
Now, for those of you who would like to see this game all over again, it will be replayed at 10:30 here on Channel 7. Okay, so you can watch it all over again if you liked it the first time. Doesn't bother us today if you watch it twice.
Or if you're watching it the second time, you can watch it on Saturday.
If you're watching it the second time, you missed it. You could have watched it.
And it will be on once again Saturday at noon.
Right. Also, we will have the Cardinals against Sheboygan South on Tuesday night, 10 o'clock with a replay on that one. That's the WIAA Regional. Aaron Bukowski, right side train, no. Rebound, Derek Diener tips into the hands as he's going out of bounds of Joe Harmson. Great job by Derek. Lead feed into the forecourt. Harmson swinging around. Here's Bester. 1:31 remaining. Cardinals want to chew clock. Bester, near side, Travis Hurts. Cross-court feed. Wow, Derek almost lost it. And then the foul will be called on Chad Hedke. Hedke with his second personal, and that will be the 7th team foul. So Derek Diener will go to the free throw line. Now, oddly enough, Mike, of course, Joe Harmson now has one miss. But the other miss on the team belongs to Derek Diener, who's, of course, a real fine free throw shooter.
Oh, they have really been outstanding.
The Cards have done a great job from the line tonight.
The difference in the game right now is the free throw line for the Cardinals.
Derek missed the front half. That doesn't help. 48-41. They have 7 points to make up. Burgess right down the lane, running one-hander, and he put it in. Kind of blew by everybody.
Well, they've been pretty good when they've been able to get into a quick transition basketball game.
Well, they're back to within 5 again, 48-43, and the foul on Aaron Bukowski. Bukowski's third. Derek over talking to Coach Dick. Jeff Simon will come back in. And does Derek want out? Is that what he wanted out, huh?
I'm not so sure if he wanted out or not. I think right now Coach Diener just going a little bit of senior leadership at this point.
Yeah. 1:07 remain to be played here. 48-43. Mike Zimmerman to the free throw line. On the way, got! Zimmy, now 3 out of 3 from the line here tonight. Cardinals with a 29-game home game winning streak. Trying to extend it to 30, missed the second half. 49-43, 6-point spread. Near side, Bukowski trail away, airball. The rebound, Jason Fritz. Down to 1 minute remaining. Right side, DuPont, Trey Gunn. Joe DuPont, 52 ticks on the clock. Pressure in the backcourt. Simon to Ernst. Looping feed across comes to Bester. 49-46. It's a 3-point basketball game. Simon to Bester. 40 seconds on the clock. Here's Bester, now fouled by Hedke. Chad Hedke with his third personal. It will send Air Best to the line. He is 2 for 2. These are pressure-packed.
Yes, they really are, Dave. First, you really need that front end of the bonus. Number one, the most important thing it's going to do is give you a 2-possession basketball game. And first of all, the Papermakers want timeout.
Well, they're going to try and ice Bester here a little bit with 37 seconds remaining. We'll take a timeout. 49-46. Back after this on your Cardinal Basketball Report.
Whether it's Dean's Dodge in Fond du Lac or Dean's Chevrolet Geo Buick in Waupun, when you visit us, expect to be treated like no other auto dealer will treat you. Our sales teams and our office staff all understand how important your auto purchase is to you. So if you're buying used or new, you can expect the best service before, during, and after the sale.
You don't have to be the biggest dealer to get the best service. Come to Dean's. We're the little dealer that cares about you.
Dean's Dodge, Highways 41 and 151 Fond du Lac, and Dean's Chevrolet Geo Buick on Fond du Lac Street in Waupun.
37 seconds remaining in regulation play of this basketball game. Again, a little bit later on, we'll have St. Mary Springs basketball against Manitowoc Lutheran District 2 semifinal. And you can tune in that game with a replay at 10:30.
And by the way, should the Ledgers win, we certainly hope and expect they will. We will have their game on Saturday night.
10:30 replay against either Manassas St. Mary's or Manitowoc Rock College. Don't know what has taken place in that ball game yet. Air Best to the free throw line is 2 for 2. Will shoot a 1+1. Cardinals pull everybody off the lane. They hit the first.
Well, that's
big because it makes it a 2-possession basketball game again.
That also is showing an awful lot of confidence in Best's free throw shooting ability. You pull everybody off. There's still a lot of time left in this game in terms of basketball play.
Missed the second. Ball slapped around in the backcourt. DuPont rescues it. And now leaves it for Chad Hedke. Down to DuPont. Working on Bester. Turn, jump shot there. No. Tipped out of bounds by Bergheis. Back to the Cardinals. 26 seconds remaining.
Look for a quick foul here by the Papermakers.
And inbounded here to Mike Zimmerman. Doubled up in the backcourt. Jumps it across to Bester. Bester now is fouled by Rick Bergheis.
No surprise, they allowed 6-7 seconds to roll off the clock before they took that foul. 20 seconds left now. The Cardinals with a 4-point edge, and I believe, was that the 5th foul of Bergheis? Yep.
Rick Bergheis has just fouled out of the basketball game.
So Coach Rick Myron will,
John Myron's
will take his
allotted 30 seconds here.
Correct.
And more so, of course, to talk to his team about what they want to do, as opposed to deciding who he wants to put in.
A pair of free throws here would be very, very big. There's the fan in the stand right there, our Cardinal cheerleader.
Yep. Waldo. Cardinals are 19 of 24 from the free throw line tonight.
Outstanding.
So far. 20 seconds remaining. And Brad Bester, who is 3 of 4, will go back to the line. Shoot a 1+1. Got the first.
Now with another one, the Papermakers would need, at the very least, 2 3-pointers to tie it.
Pair of them by Bester. Wow, those were big. 52-46, back to a 6-point lead. Clock under 20 seconds. Bukowski, 2-point try, no, off the front of the rim. Bester with a rebound foul on Joe DuPont.
Well, it certainly looks now the Cardinals will come away with a share of the Fox Valley Association title. Only 10 seconds showing on the clock.
And I'll tell you, what a great win by this basketball team. Great job, Mike, by the Cardinal coaching staff. And, you know, oddly enough, very little substituting really here tonight by Coach Dick Diener. He went, very sparingly. Pretty much played 7 people out here this evening. That might have been a key. Vesper misses the second. Jumper by Hedke is good.
They the clock, and that's it.
And that's it. It's all over. And the final score here this evening from the Goodrich High Gymnasium, the Cardinal Nest. Fond du Lac gains a share of the Fox Valley Association Championship with a 53-49 win over the Kimberly Papermakers. The first loss in 29 games for Kimberly. They had a 28-game winning streak coming into this basketball game. Their last loss was on February the 17th last year.
And it also extends the Cardinals' home streak to what?
30 games.
30 games, that's what I thought.
Fond du Lac has won 30 in a row. And we'll be back here at the Goodrich High Gymnasium right after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal Basketball Report.
Get fast, courteous service and quality printing for all your business needs. We specialize in multicolor printing. Call 923-4354 or visit our new office at 19 East 3rd Street in Fond du Lac.
Be a part of the hottest in dating trends. Tune in to the Marcus Cable channel to watch The Dating Network. Call the 800 number today to place your free video personal ad. The Dating Network, 6 times daily, only on the Marcus Cable channel.
Join the Baker team and be a first stringer. Try the Baker brand award-winning string cheese. Any way you tear it, it's terrific. In your lunches, on your next trip, as a dietary snack. Our string cheese is great anytime. Find all our top quality Baker cheese at most area stores.
For all your life insurance, disability insurance, and annuities needs, call Bob Bozine of Northwestern Mutual Life at 921-8460 or stop and see him at 131 South Main Street in Fond du Lac.
Let Troy-Bilt and Silica Appliance and TV get you ready for spring with 6 months no-interest financing. 6 months no-interest financing on select Troy-Bilt tractors, Troy-Bilt rear tine tillers, Troy-Bilt shredder grinders, and mulching mowers. With their exclusive 7-year limited warranty, let you get ready for spring with 6 months no-interest financing for a limited time at Silica Appliance and TV.
Silica Appliance and TV. Come share the pride. Silica.
Fond du Lac Bumper Exchange carries DZ high-tech running boards in a variety of styles. These top-of-the-line DZ running boards have all of the features that you look for in quality running boards. Fond du Lac Bumper Exchange also carries DZ toolboxes, cargo liners, bed protectors, and hood shields. Fond du Lac Bumper Exchange is the place for all of your truck and auto accessory needs. Call Fond du Lac Bumper Exchange at 921-2570. Fond du Lac Bumper Exchange, we are a lot more than bumpers.
Welcome back once again to Goodrich High School, where the Fond du Lac Cardinals extend their home winning streak to 30 games, earn themselves a share of the Fox Valley Association's Conference Championship with a 53-49 win over the Kimberly Papermakers. For the Papermakers of Kimberly, it is their first loss on the season. They now will share with the Cardinals that conference championship with this loss. So the two teams end up splitting on the conference schedule, each team winning on their home court and each team losing on the opposition court. The only loss by to each other early at one point of the season. Fond du Lac 53, the Papermakers of Kimberly 49. Dave?
Well, I tell you, Mike, just a great win here tonight by the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Of course, the Kimberly Papermakers here this evening playing without the services of Jason Diaz. And I'm sure that everyone in Kimberly is going to go back and say, yeah, but if we had Diaz, that would have been good enough to win this basketball game out here tonight. That's hard to say. That is just so hard to say, because so many things may have changed for the better. They may have changed for the worse as far as that is concerned. I'll say this much. I wish that Jason Diaz could have played here tonight, and that he could have played at full strength, so that if the Cardinals were going to win with a Kimberly against a Kimberly team with Jason Diaz, that's the way it would have happened. You hate to have that type of talk going around.
Well, I'm certain.
But you know, it's over with now. The Cardinals are conference champions. Injuries are part of the game of basketball. You got to play through them. You got to play around them. There have been seasons, Mike, that the Cardinals had to take it on the chin a little bit as far as suspensions, you name it. You know, we had to play around it. So it's all part of the game of high school basketball. But the Cardinals, with a great win here tonight, again, 53-49 is the final score. We'll be back with the final statistics on the basketball game right after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal Basketball Report.
1933, Spies Painting and Decorating has been providing quality painting services for all your industrial, commercial, and residential needs. If your job is big or small, get it done efficiently and get it done right the first time. Spies Painting and Decorating, equipped to do the job efficiently.
At Lens Sales and Service, not only do we sell quality cars, trucks, and vans, but we also provide complete auto services. From cleaning to detailing, our body shop can handle all your needs, big or small. Lens Sales, Service, and Leasing, where nice cars, trucks, and vans are sold and serviced.
Not all law firms or lawyers are the same. If you've been injured, you want a lawyer with experience. Donahue, Sharp, and Casper has handled difficult cases throughout the state and argued successfully before state courts at all levels, including the Wisconsin Supreme Court. They've won significant recoveries for their clients, and they've done it from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. You don't have to go to Milwaukee or up the valley to find experienced, accomplished personal injury attorneys.
Look, your stereo can't juggle or roll over, but hook it up to this special Music Choice tuner and your stereo can play dead. Kenny G. Even En Vogue. Because Music Choice is the non-stop 30-station music service that comes from your cable company, totally commercial-free, in CD quality sound. So go fetch Music Choice. Good boy. Get wired. Have fun with Music Choice. Cable for your stereo.
Back here again at the Goodrich High Cardinal Nest as the Fond du Lac Cardinals this evening defeat the Kimberly Papermakers by a final score of 53-49. It gives the Cards an overall record of 19-1, and they are 15-1 in play and tie for the conference championship here with the Kimberly Papermakers this season. I would be remiss, Mike, if we didn't get a chance to talk about it in through the course of the basketball game, but I did want to congratulate Chuck Schutte and the Fond du Lac Gals. They have a big game tomorrow afternoon. They're down at Beaver Dam, and if they win that, quite possibly going to face the Manitowoc Shipbuilders right back here. That sectional semifinal is here a week from tonight, and it certainly would appear as though the Fond du Lac have really gotten it turned on here now, and congratulations to them, man. Chuck Schutte, and even more so here now. Congratulations to Dick Diener and the Fond du Lac Cardinals, and in particular the kids, because I know how hard they worked to get this win out here tonight. I know the coaching staff worked hard, but well, I tell you, it all boils down to the kids who came to play here this evening, and they certainly did. You know, Joe Harmson doesn't come up with a ton of field goals here tonight, oddly enough, but I don't know if he will ever do it again. Go 11 for 12 from the free throw line. An outstanding job by High Slamma Jamma Harmson here tonight.
Well, Dave, I really thought our seniors kind of took control of this game tonight, and I guess that's the way it's meant to be when you get into key basketball games. They really seem to step forward, talking about guys like Harmson. Jeff Simon did a pretty nice job of stepping forward and playing very well. Going right down the line there, Travis Ernst, again, doing that great job that he normally does at the point guard. He's been there all year long. Wiseman with some key time off the bench, came in when Harmson got in some foul trouble, and I thought he was very key. Brad Bester, emotion, fired up, get this team up and going throughout the course of the game.
He always plays about a foot off of the court, you know.
Good name for it, Air Best.
That's why we call him Air Best, folks, as a matter of fact. I believe we can take a look at it now at the final statistics, and let's take the final statistics first here in the basketball game, Mike.
Thank you, Dave. And if we take a look at them, actually the Kimberly Papermakers will have 4 more field goal attempts in this game than will the Fond du Lac Cardinals. The Cardinals have 14 field goals on 38 attempts, shoot 37%. The Papermakers of Kimberly have 18 for, let's check it here, 46 for 39%. Free throws has obviously been a factor in this game. It has been the key factor of this basketball game. The Cardinals outstanding from the charity stripe, led by Joel Harmson's 10 for 11. They end up 22 for 28 for 78%. 9 for 12 for the Papermakers. Do a good job. They shoot 75% themselves, but on many less attempts. Rebounds, the Cardinals down the stretch get outboarded in the fourth quarter only because the Papermakers throwing up a lot of shots. It was very even up to that point. 27 rebounds for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. The Papermakers come up with 30. And another area we really didn't talk about too much, Dave, which was very, very key in this basketball game, that was turnovers. The Cardinals doing an outstanding job. Only 9 turnovers, 11 for the Papermakers. And as you made reference to earlier in this basketball game, the fact that first time around, turnovers was obviously a key factor. The Cardinals turned the ball over numerous times as a result of the full court pressure from the Papermakers. Cardinals did not respond very well on the road on that occasion. This time around, did an outstanding job. Only 9 turnovers. That's a great job against this very, very good Kimberly basketball team.
Let's take a look at some of the leading scorers here in the basketball game this evening for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Brad Bester and Joe Harmson, who have been the scoring leaders all season long, and it doesn't change here tonight. Both of them with 17 points apiece. And as I said, High Slamma Jamma goes 11 for 12 from the free throw line this evening. Travis Stearns with a bucket for 2. Drew Diener a bucket for 2 here tonight. Derek Diener goes scoreless. Eric Weisenden with a pair of free throws. Jeff Simon had a nice game here tonight, Mike, and finished with a total of 8 points in the basketball game. Mike Zimmerman with 5 points in the ball game. But I tell you, what a solid defensive job by Zimmy out here this evening. I thought he was very key in the ball game. Aaron Bukowski will go over to the other side here. Aaron Bukowski tonight was held, we got to get this up, to 13 points in the basketball game for the Kimberly Papermakers. I guess not. And DuPont also with 13. Those are their 2 leading scorers in the ball game. So this is a defensive job here this evening by the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Andy Ferencrew, who started in place of Jason Diaz, finished with a total of 8 points in the basketball game. 6 points for Rick Bergheis to just about round out their scoring. 9 points in the basketball game for Chad Hedke. 53-49. Again, is our final score this evening. And we certainly hope you have enjoyed it. Again, our thanks out to a number of people here this evening. Again, Bob Gill, of the general manager of Marcus Cable, who saw to it that this game was going to be done live here tonight. It was a lot of his insistence that it could be done. And then to Jeff Gerner and his crew, who got it done. And also to the Goodrich Media Productions class under the direction of Joe Chiante, as they supplied the camera people out here this evening. Jeremy Pagel's been up topside. Jenny Hackenmiller and Bridget Sam have been courtside, and Julie Peterson has been helping Nancy Marco out in the truck this evening, and a fine job by all of those people.
I think I can say on behalf of the city of Fond du Lac, I personally like to thank the people over at Marcus Cable, Bob and Jeff and the staff.